Growing discontent in Turkmenistan over decision not to raise pensions. Public discontent is growing in Turkmenistan following the decision adopted at the session of the Halk Maslahaty that pensions will not be increased by 10% in 2026.
I can't calm down. I am very upset right now because of my parents. My father came back from the store and said that the 10% pension increase has been cancelled. The pension was already very small, 700 manats for my father and 300 manats for my mother. What is 300 manats? I don't understand how much of an idiot you have to be. Are you an idiot to take 10% away from pensioners? Don't you have parents of your own? Why are you doing this? I work alone. I am the only breadwinner in the family. I have a small child and my parents on my shoulders. Parents who are like grown-up children. My father is very often ill. He has had 2 bypass surgeries, a heart attack and a stroke. He recently barely survived. They prescribe such treatment that I don't understand where they expect us to get the money from. They prescribe treatment and it's like, get the money wherever you can. I already work to the limit. No one sees it, no one notices it. Nobody cares, and the main thing is to prescribe medicines worth 5,000 manats. And where are we supposed to find this money? At least raise pensions to cover pensioners' pocket expenses. Please raise them to 1,000 manats so that they can at least feel that they have some money in their pockets. Please raise it to 1,000 manats.
For a country where pensions are already extremely low, this decision came as a shock and has triggered a wave of indignation among citizens. Against the background of rising prices for food and essential goods, this decision has only intensified social tension. People's incomes today are absolutely incomparable with the cost of living. This leads to mass labor migration. Parents are forced to leave abroad, and children are left without parental care. At the same time, the income of labor migrants is not included in the state budget of Turkmenistan, although it is precisely this money that saves many families from poverty. Additional problems faced by citizens. People encounter systemic violations including delays and refusals in issuing passports at diplomatic missions, complete dependence on employers abroad, risk of being drawn into criminal activities and military conflicts, including the war against Ukraine. The authorities of Turkmenistan have still not issued an official warning to citizens about the risks of participation in military actions, nor have they issued a note of protest to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation and the Russian ambassador. Lack of political accountability. The Turkmen authorities continue to evade responsibility for the fate of their citizens, creating only a beautiful picture in Ashgabat and Arkadagh, projects that do not solve the real problems. Lack of jobs, economic crisis, mass migration. People are left to survive on their own, driving themselves into an even more difficult situation, persecution and disappearances. The exercise of constitutional rights remains dangerous. Activists and human rights defenders face persecution, transnational repression, and pressure on their family members. Cases of abduction and forced deportation have become common practice. After detention, people disappear without contact with relatives or access to lawyers. We remind that Alisher Sakadov and Abdullah Urusov disappeared in Edirne, Turkey on 24 July 2025. Their fate is still unknown, and no one has been held accountable. Our demands. We call on the authorities of Turkmenistan to publicly explain the situation regarding pensions, present a plan for overcoming the crisis, issue passports to citizens abroad, take responsibility for their citizens, stop repression, abductions, and intimidation. The authorities are obliged to comply with the Constitution. If they are unable to do so, they must resign. Appeal to citizens. We call on the citizens of Turkmenistan to not be afraid to report violations, demand their rights, defend freedom of speech, peaceful assembly, and labor guarantees. A deserved pension and pension supplements are your legal right.